Good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. I am trying to get better about doing at least a little Amazon roundup to where if I shared my things, anything in stories that you might have missed, doing just like a little strictly Amazon roundup at the end of the week. Because a lot of people asked for that Lulu sweatshirt again when I had already linked it. So in case you missed it in the stories, I've got it on my Shop the Blog. The things that I had mentioned or worn this week. So if you're looking for a link, it might be there. This is a rough morning for me. I only share because it's a pretty frequent question. I get asked, do you ever have a bad day? And to which I reply, of course I have bad days. I'm human. I have bad days just like you do. And today's, I don't want to say it's a bad day. It's not a bad day. Today I feel like a person with Hashimoto's, which I'm very fortunate. I usually have a good amount of energy and I can battle kind of the typical Hashimoto's hypothyroidism symptoms. So the kind that I have, hypo, is the one that tends to be very lethargic, not have energy, has depression, typically has weight gain attached to it. And I'm kind of an anomaly because I don't have the weight gain symptoms and I can pretty much truck through the day with energy. Although, I drink coffee, so that helps. But today is it's a mental mind game, but I've had this for a long time and I know I don't really feel the way I feel. It's just this sickness. I instantly know when these days are the days because it's a struggle from the minute I try to open my eyes in the morning. I wake up, I can't open my eyes, I have a headache usually, and it's like my mind is out of my body and I'm looking at myself and I'm like, get out of bed, and it is so hard. So then I get up, we do breakfast. We didn't pack lunches last night, which was dumb, so we packed them this morning. And the minute I got done packing lunches, I went back to bed and fell asleep hard until Vivian woke up. And then Vivi woke up and she laid with me and watched cartoons, and I laid with her and dozed off with just holding her, which is not normal. I never lay. And then Mike comes in and he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, it's just one of the days, but I'm going to get through it. And the whole day I'm just kind of like that. Oh, look, the Zoom works again. Well, that makes me happy. Anyway, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. It's just when I organically, it's heavy, like this topic is affecting me in whatever way, I'd rather get on and talk about it and bring awareness to the issue rather than just fake it till I make it on here and show me organizing a closet. You know what I mean? I'd rather just talk about it so we can bring awareness to it. This illness is such a silent illness that takes on other faces like depression. Depression's a huge one in women, even postpartum issues. A lot of this stuff, majority of this stuff has to do with hormone imbalances, to where if you could get something going to help your hormones, you might have 1 or 2 days where you feel like that a month and not all of them. And so anytime I can sit here and talk about it, I will do it. Get your hormones checked. Even if you feel good, get a full panel. They take like 9 vials when you do a full panel. Get it done. Y'all do not know how excited I am to open up that question box and to write down all of y'all's Costco recommendations. I told Haley this morning, I'm like, we have got to go to Costco next week. Viv starts school just a few days a week next week. And so I'm thinking one of the mornings when she's at school, we'll go to Costco and we'll get some of y'all's stuff because I got lots of room in my freezer and that is not acceptable. I want that thing packed.
This freezer is finally back in stock. Do not sleep on this. This similar freezer at Sam's Club is almost $800. This is $349 in store, $449 online, and it has 7 drawers.
Story time. So Miss Susie's the one who helps watch Viv like on days like today. I had 2 phone calls. We go visit the brewery, whatever. Miss Susie's it. She's watched all of my kids. They love her so much. Anyway, so today Susie brought her niece. She asked if she could bring her niece. She's 6 because Viv and her have FaceTimed before. I was like, yeah, Viv would love a play date. And she is. But it's crazy because her niece only speaks Spanish. She doesn't know English. Viv only knows English, doesn't speak Spanish. They have played all morning, and it is so interesting to watch because they both speak into the void, even though they don't know each other's language. And then there's times where they say something both ways, in Spanish or in English, and the other one responds in their language appropriately. Susie and I were sitting in the kitchen, and you know how I have that big cutout over the stove that looks into the playroom, and we're sitting there just like spying, like just amazed at what's happening. Like, it's just wild that a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old are communicating, even though they're figuring it out. I don't know if it's body language or like holding up the toys, and so they figure it out. It's wild. We're both just like, this is crazy. Like, it's really cool.
And I put it in. Okay? Okay? Yes? Say okay if I can. Okay? Okay. Oh, si tengo para guardar las cosas. But look at the bathroom I made. Is it cool? What? Does it sound like the bathroom? Comes nada, pero no puedes comértela arriba. Okay. Cómetela abajo. Okay. Ándale. But I said I need to do this first.
Chilling at soccer practice and going through DMs. I often, whenever I talk about seed or I show seed, the biggest question is, when do I take it? It says to take it first thing in the morning. However, I take my hormone pill first thing in the morning and I can't take anything with it. So I've actually talked to seed itself, to someone at seed, and clarified, I take mine at night right before I go to bed. Is that okay? And they're like, yeah, as long as you haven't eaten recently. You just want your stomach to not have a bunch of stuff in it so it absorbs better for you. I actually like it at night too, because I don't experience, you know how some people when they take supplements they feel nauseous? I don't get any of that because I go straight to sleep. So I've never experienced that. And I know it works because when I'm consistent with it, periods are nothing. No cramping, no bloating, nothing. When I am inconsistent, I go on vacation, something happens and I forget, and then the period creeps up on me. Oh, I notice a huge difference. Look at us, it's 7:20 my time. We're almost done. It's almost bedtime. This is great. We made it through this day. I'm going to drop another question box. And if you would, can you please drop your favorite frozen foods at Costco? Because I can't do any more other foods. It's got to be frozen. I bought too much food last time because I had 2 grocery orders this week. I had purchased already scheduled a delivery from Walmart, and then I went to Costco. So I'm going to collect y'all's recommendations for like fresh produce and dry goods and save that for another shopping trip. But the first one I want to do is only frozen things. So drop it in a box.